Hey, friend. It's so good to see you again. There's no one like you. You can do anything you put your mind to. Just the thing we thought you should know. Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. Wonder Friends, Wonder Friends, Wonder Friends. It's time for Wonder Friends Show. Yeah, all right.
Perfect. What's going on, Wonder Friends? Welcome to Wonder Friends, and this is the mowing edition, where you will hear mowing right outside. How's everybody doing today? So it is Wednesday. Wednesday, I don't even know the day because I don't have my watch on, but it's Wednesday. How is everybody doing today? So hope everybody is having a good day, getting through school, all that stuff like that. We are going to talk about some changes today. You know, we have some changes that are happening. I've asked some questions. We talked about it yesterday. I did a poll where I was trying to get some information to get a little bit of idea of what your schedules are like. You know, I have kids that are older in middle school, and his schedule is a little different than what yours are. And I have another kid in college who is on his own. So that is up to him to get those things done. So I'm just trying to learn a little bit about the best times to do this, so the most people can check it out. So one thing I want to announce to you guys is that next week we are going to start airing Wonder Friends from 2 to 3-ish. It's still going to be about the same amount of time, but the new start time is going to be 2. I think what that's going to allow us to do is have a little bit more availability for a lot more people to come and check out Wonder Friends. So parents, you'll start to see from today, probably to the end of the week, I'm going to be changing some stuff on the Facebook page. You'll see some information I'm going to be posting on there to try to, to kind of help, drive that home, and so you guys can see it. So, guys, I'm not going to abandon you. It's all still going to be up. If you miss it, you're still going to be able to go back and watch the videos, all that good stuff like that. So, that's just, I think, going to help a lot of other people, because it seems like everybody is right now in the middle of school. And I even have some teacher friends that I talked to about this, and they said the same thing. 11 o'clock is right in the middle of the school day, and it makes it hard for other kids to kind of tune in. So we're going to move to 2 to 3. We're also going to have a new schedule, and let me put that up for you so you guys can understand what's going to happen. So we have some breaking news. The new schedule is going to be on Monday, we're going to be doing Monster Me stuff. On Tuesday, just like we did yesterday, we're going to be doing cut paper illustrations, having some fun with that. Wednesday is a wonder what we're going to do. What that basically means is, I don't know what we're going to do. It's kind of going to be like a toss-up kind of thing. We're going to do something that's going to be fun. I want to focus this on some weird and wacky stuff. We're going to talk a lot about you in this episode on Wednesdays, where Wednesdays we're going to talk a lot about how weird ones change the world. We're going to talk about if you have big dreams. We're going to talk about, being different. We're going to have theme things that day. We're going to have hair days. We're going to have tie days. We're going to have weird shirt days. We're going to make this a fun day where it's just kind of weird, wacky, and we don't really know what we're going to draw, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Thursdays are things with tails. That's just like it sounds. We're going to draw things with tails. And if the thing doesn't have a tail, guess what we're going to do? We're going to draw a tail on it. So it's just about drawing some stuff. And then on Fridays, which is going to be our longest episode, it's going to run for an hour for sure, from 2 to 3. That one is just really us hanging out and drawing. That's the goal of that one. We've had, let's face it, your parents have been teaching you all week. It's probably pretty hard. I could only imagine. So they need a break. You need a break. So what we're going to do is just going to hang out and chill and draw, and we're going to color, and we're going to play games, and we're going to just have a good time making stuff on Friday. There's really no structure to that, but I think it's a great way for us to end the week after having, a week of, I'm sure. I mean, I know your parents are probably doing a good job teaching, but I'm sure it's also not the same as having your teacher, and you got your own stresses and stuff like that. So Friday, we're going to kind of let those out by just creating some stuff. We'll play some games through the comments and all that stuff like that. So that's kind of what the new schedule is. So anybody's just now joining, we're moving the time to 2 to 3. This is on the screen here is going to be a theme thing. You are going to see, parents and kids, if you're listening and your parents can't hear and you got headphones on, let your parents know that there's going to be a theme schedule for every day of the week, and let them know that it's moving from 2 to 3 instead of 11. So next week, if you come at 11 on Monday, I won't be here, but I will be there at 2. So you would have to watch, on Tuesday, you could watch at 11. If you really want to watch at 11, you'd have to watch Monday then. So that's kind of what we're going to do for the new schedule. It's just going to help, I think, everybody work around their schedule, all stuff like that. And it's going to allow me to really focus on making the show the best it can. So I guarantee next week, the show is going to look a whole lot different. Now that I have themes, remember I talked about I'm learning as I go here, totally what I'm doing. So now that I have themes, I can really shape each day. So feel like all of this work that I've put into it up until this point has been for that stuff. So guys, make sure you go download. Also, if you haven't yet, that time capsule there for you to download for free, WondervilleStudios.com. And you can also download all those PDFs. Are all sitting there waiting for you guys to have some fun with. I know that you're getting a lot of handouts and stuff like that from school already, but these are just kind of just fun things that you don't have to really do for a grade. So you just do them for a good time. So you guys ready to do some drawing? We're going to draw some weird and wacky stuff today. I thought we'd do a couple drawings. We're going to do like 2. And we're going to combine some stuff together and see if we can make some weird stuff and see what that looks like. But I want to say hi to some friends here. We got Yoshiko, what's going on? And Harper and Porter. You guys are in the house. What's going on? The K-Kids are all there, and it's good to see you. Thanks for showing up every day. I really appreciate it. Lily and Daisy. You missed the last 2 days. I'm happy that you're here too. So I hope that you guys caught the whole thing. We're moving the time from 2 to 3 starting next week. You'll see this from this point until the end of the week. Parents, I'm going to be uploading a bunch of stuff on the Facebook page to communicate that to you guys. So guys, get your markers and your paper. Let's draw some stuff and let's have some fun. What's up, Ava? Good to see you. So guys, all right, so let's get some markers going here. And remember what we're going to do. The first thing we always do is do that warm-up drawing, right? So get your fingers all limber. Get them all ready to roll, right? And we're going to just take our paper. And we are going to just make a shape. I don't care what it looks like. You shouldn't care what it looks like. Just make anything like that, right? And remember, I spin mine because why not, right? And it landed the same way, so that doesn't really count. So I'm going to spin it one more time. There we go. And remember, what we're looking for is we're not looking for what it is. We're looking for what it can be. And can you, when you look at yours, see something there that you might not have seen from the beginning? And this one, I'm going to be honest, is kind of hard for me, but I think I just saw it. So check this out. So I'm going to add a piece here. And I'm going to do this right here. And I'm going to throw this here. And how are you guys doing on yours? So as you start to do this, I know that we get sometimes worried about it doesn't look like anything and it doesn't, it's not what I want it to be like and all that stuff like that. Remember, this one, it doesn't matter. Guys, what we're doing here is we are just making something just to get our creativity going, and that's our goal for this one, is just to make some stuff. So look at that. I made an elephant out of that. From that to that. There's no real goal when you're making this stuff. It's just really to get warmed up. Remember, we talk about like if you're playing sports, you get warmed up before and you stretch and all that stuff like that. Same thing. All we're doing here is we're just getting warmed up. We're getting our brains ready to create something. So let me set that aside. So let's make something, shall we? Let's make something with our hand. Let's take our hand and let's make your hand like that, okay? I just want you to put your hand kind of in the middle of the paper, just like that. And then take your marker out. I want you just to trace it off, just like that. Now, what I do know is that your hand is going to be different than mine because your hand is probably smaller than mine. So that's a definite way that we know that it is going to be different. Now, what I want you to do is now that you have that, I want you to flip it upside down. Okay, now that you flipped it upside down, It may not look like your hand anymore, but what we're going to do is we are going to turn this into a fun little monster. And how we're going to do that is you're going to take this shape, and this is going to be the outside body of our monster, okay? And where we stopped up here, I want you guys just to put some spikes across there, right? And connect that. Now you can kind of see the shape of, right? And I want you to put any kind of things down the back of it. If you want to put some things like that, you can. If you want to put some kind of other crazy hair or something like that, go for that. And then I'm going to put a couple little horns on each side. Oh, cool, the mower's back. And we're going to put some lines in here. And this just really kind of shows a little bit of texture, right? We put those little dots. Those are like just the little things that just make your drawing a little bit different and all that stuff like that. So what's going on, Roth boy kids? How are you guys doing? Good to see you guys. I hope you guys are doing well and staying healthy. Anybody that's just coming in here, guys, just a reminder, next week we are moving the Time of Wonder Friends to 2 to 3-ish. And I will be posting all this week about that. It will fit in, I think, everybody else's schedule a much easier, all that stuff like that. Put some legs on your guy. Just draw some sticks, right? And we put a little bit of hot dog shapes on each side is a great way to do some legs. And let's see, eyeballs. Eyeballs seem like that would be a good thing, right? And let's do 1, 2, 3. 3 eyeballs, because why not, right? And inside of those, we're going to put these little dots, just like this. Now, the question would be, is in the eyebrows, and I think this is where I want you to kind of use your own creativity here, I'm going to put 2 eyebrows above those 2, just like that, okay? Now, here's where you can really kind of, when you're creating characters, you can have a lot of fun with it. Now, I'm going to say that middle eyebrow, maybe that one's different. Maybe that one has like some eyelashes there, and there's no eyebrow. And it's just a fun, different type of thing, right? And for a nose, I'm going to put a straight line down just like this, and I'm going to draw a circle around, but I'm not going to connect it. I'm going to leave that kind of open, right? And I'm going to put some big nostrils, which are just circles right there. Inside there. And guys, you can totally, if you're wanting to draw this thing a little bit different than me, that's perfect, right? That's the whole point, is we're just making something together. And if you want to change yours a little bit, go for it. This is what's kind of cool about this, is your creativity is something between you and the paper. You get to make anything that you would like to make. All we're doing here is I'm just hanging out and kind of showing you some ideas. So feel free to change it any way that you want. And let's say underneath there, I need a mouth, right? So I'm just going to draw a little half circle. If you want some teeth, now's a great time. And remember, we can do those by doing some like upside down, or I'm not sorry, upside down, regular V's. That's what they are. And let's put a little line right here and a little line right here. Now, remember, this all started with our hand, right? Like this. And now we are building around. So when we talk about making things by creating what they could be, not what they are, this is what I mean. Because if we could have easily just traced out a hand, and it would have been one thing, but we started to change it. And when we started to change it, it became something else, and it became uniquely you. It became something that you created, that you brought this together. I didn't do this. All I'm doing is just showing you some ideas. You are bringing the magic to it by making your drawing. So don't forget that part. Is if you ever doubt that you're creative or that you can't create, this is proof that you can. I do this for my job, so every day this is easy for me because I've practiced so much. This might be new to you. So if you feel like you're not doing well, that's okay. Guess what? I didn't do great when I was your age either. It was hard. So now that I have this in here, I'm going to put some arms on this guy. So as we put some arms on here, I'm going to make one arm down this side just like kind of long, right? And remember the hot dog fingers that we do? Right? We could put some of those hot dog hands there. And I'm going to color this one in because I'm going to say like this character's got some, maybe he wears gloves. I don't know. He wears gloves because he works in a monster factory where he's dealing with monster hot dogs, so he can't touch them. So the gloves are there to make sure that he doesn't get his germs on the hot dogs, and it's safety, right? And I'm going to put on this here. Since my name is Jason, I'm going to put a J on the chest, right? You can put your initial there if you want. And I'm going to make this arm kind of like a weird noodly arm, because why not? And how you're going to do that is you draw a noodly arm, right? You do a noodle shape and a parallel line. Remember, parallel line is a line that runs right along another one, and we're going to run that line right along another line. Super simple ways to do this. And we're going to put some hot dog fingers on this one. Okay, and I'm going to color this one in black too, because, you know, doesn't want to get those monster germs on those hot dogs. And I'm going to put some stripes on here, and all these stripes are going to do is when I want to color this later, it gives me places to color. So you guys can feel free to do that. Any kind of textures, shapes, circles, anything like that. Just gives you guys a place just to do some coloring and stuff. And now let's put a tail on this guy. And the tail, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down, and I'm going to stop because I want it to go behind that arm. So I'm going to stop my line at that arm, and then on the other side, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to draw around, and I'm going to stop. And I'm going to draw a parallel line over, and I'm going to stop there. So now you can see the tail is behind. And I'm going to put some lines on that so I can color them later a different way, just like so. Okay? And let's put some of these on here because, you know, why not? My guy's got these things. So, guys, you can kind of do all the things that you want to do here. It's totally up to you. Even if you want to put like this up top here, maybe this guy has like a little friend that lays in his spikes. That this guy is just happy all the time. His job is just to be happy, and he's just happy to hang out with his buddy, making hot dogs, making monster hot dogs. You know, again, you get to write the story. So as you're writing these or you're drawing these things, one of the things I would really encourage you guys to do is start creating some stories around them. That's how I write books. I spend some time when I'm making these things is I'll start drawing like this, and I start making stories around these characters, and then that's how a lot of my books are started. This is kind of what we did at the beginning, right? It's just a creative exercise, but the only difference is a little more defined, right? So I'm going to go ahead and sign this one. And you guys, if you want to set this one aside, we're going to draw one more today. You can set this one aside and come back and color it after we're done. But I'm going to get a new piece of paper here. Let me flip my page here, and I'm going to color mine. And I'll color mine, and I will post it on the Facebook page so you can see what I have done with mine as well. And I think it would be kind of fun if we draw two different things that don't belong. And I think a really kind of fun thing is to say, so Ava, what's going on? Olivia is in the house, and Marley, good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in. How's everybody's day going? You guys can throw it in the comments if you want. How's things going? Are you getting tired of being home? Are you getting tired of your parents teaching you? Are they doing a good job? And if they're doing a good job, are you telling them they're doing a good job? Because I'm sure that for them, it's kind of stressful that they don't know if they're doing it right. So if they are doing a good job, make sure you give them a pat on the back, because it's really cool for them to feel like they are doing right, because I know that your parents are trying really hard to do that. And sometimes it just feels good to know that you're doing things correctly. So I want to draw something I know has popped up before in the comments, and it's a lot of fun to do. And it's like a taco cat. And the reason why it's fun is just because it's so weird, right? And so what we're going to do for a taco cat, you want to start with your paper horizontal. And again, yours is going to look different than mine. Perfectly fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to show you a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to part with the taco first, right? And you know, the taco is like that shell shape, right? And a good way to do that is just anywhere towards the bottom of your page, kind of start with a wavy line like this, okay? And when you get that wavy line, just bring it around town and stop on the back. And then connect those two, just like that. So it's kind of like the outside of that shell, right? So, and then what we're gonna do is, because we need to make it look like the cat is inside the taco, we're going to put on this side an upside down V, okay? Or an A without the little line, right? And I want you just to draw a little line to connect that to the edge of the taco shell, and then draw yourself a little line over and put another upside down V. All right, give you guys a chance to catch up there. Janessa, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for checking it out. Vividness is tuning in. I like that name. That's pretty sweet. And so guys, as we got this here, I'm going to loop this around and bring it downtown just like that. All right. So now that I have that, and I know that I want the other side of my taco shell, all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bump like that. And what that is the cat's back. Now on this back side, I'm going to draw a line that comes around this way, and I'm going to connect it down here. So now we have the shell, and I know it doesn't look like it yet, but hang with me, it will. All right. So in here, I'm thinking if the cat is in the shell, his arms are going to have to go out, right? His paws and everything. So what we're going to do is you're going to draw is just a little hot dog shape right there. It comes out just like that, okay? And then another one out just like that, right? Now, on the back side, I would guess that cats have how many legs do cats have again? I think they have 4. Last time I checked my cat had 4 legs. So I need to make sure that I do one in the back here and another one back here, right? And then cats have those weird things that are coming out of their butts called tails, right? So we got to have some tails on there, and we can do that by just making a shape kind of like that, right? So that kind of starts to combine the two things. And oh no, I thought that Vividness was funny. I like that. I like that name. I thought it was a cool nickname, is what I thought. And then inside of those ears, let's put some triangles like that, just so we get those things like this. And now that we have this arm in here, I'm just going to connect those over. So we have this cat. Now, the question I would have you do for your cat taco would be, I want you to put whatever kind of face you would like to put on this cat. Now, I'll show you how to do it, but the question would be, how would this cat be feeling? Would the taco cat you're going to draw be super excited about being inside of a taco? Or would it be sad? Or would it be worried? Or what would it be? So we're going to do the first part by just putting 2 little circles side by side and a couple little ovals in the middle of those. Now, cats kind of have those little tiny nose, and all that is a straight line and a line down to connect them, and you kind of fill that in, okay? Now, this is where you put the mouth that you would like to put on yours. Is your cat excited? Is your cat scared? Is your cat, surprised, shocked? Like, what feeling would you like this cat to have on its face? And the easy way to think about what that feeling would look like is, if you're excited or you're happy or you're shocked, what does your mouth do? Does your mouth open? Does your mouth close? If you're sad, do you have a huge grin on your face, or do you have like a frown? So those are things that you can kind of, when you're drawing characters, think about yourself and how you look in that situation. And I think for this one, my cat is going to be shocked. And I think when we are shocked, we have that like, oh, like what? Kind of face, right? And I'm going to draw this little line down. Now, a good way to kind of get this little muzzle idea is this. On one eye, I'm going to draw a loop around just like this. And I'm going to put these little dots, right? Because as you have seen cats before have like those little dots, things like that. I would love to hear if you want to put in your comments what your cat is doing or what your cat is feeling, and all that good stuff like that. And I'm going to put just some whiskers because, again, I think that's a great way to know it's a cat if there's whiskers. Now, you can put like these little lines like this to show that they're paws, right? And then on the back one, you can do like the other side, underside of those, right? And if you want your cat, if it has some stripes, you can put some little zigzag lines on the side, like it's got some stripes. All depends on what kind of cat you would like to make. My cat has some stripes, so I'm going to just stick with my cat. And my cat, her name is Zoe, like my real cat. So I'm going to make this cat a girl. So I'm going to put some eyelashes on it because why not, right? And when you're surprised, your eyebrows go up, right? They don't go down. They don't turn inward. They go up. And so I do that real simple by doing some arches just like that, right? And another way to show shock and surprise in cartoons is to have some little lines around. And those little lines are just emphasis lines. They show that there is something going on, all that good stuff like that. So you can put some dots if you want to give it some texture, because if you think of a taco shell, the taco shell has those little speckles on it. Unless you're doing a soft taco, and I guess a soft taco doesn't have speckles, it depends on what kind of taco you want to do. You can kind of do those kind of things like this, and if you want to put some stripes on the tail, you can do that. You guys just start making this into what you want your taco cat to look like. So yours is eating a taco. That's pretty cool. So is your cat eating a cat taco or your cat eating a taco taco? Because that would be kind of weird if it was eating a cat taco. But, you know, you can do that for sure. I mean, that's the cool part about making stuff. If you want, you can put some like cheese pieces coming out. What kind of stuff do you like on your tacos? Like cheese. There can be some like lettuce coming out the side. You know, add in all those parts that you want to make yours yummy and all that good stuff like that. And what would the name of a taco cat be? You can put that on here somewhere. I don't know what my taco cat would be named. I think I'm going to call mine Salsa. So I'm going to say that my cat's name is Salsa. And you could put the name of your cat in fun letters also if you would like to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and sign that. And then I'm going to color this later for you guys so you can kind of see what I did with mine. So Salsa is surprised that she became a taco. So again, guys, as we start to make this stuff, you can kind of make them all however you want to do. Start making up some stories when you're writing, when you're drawing your characters. It makes it a lot more fun, and it's a great way to kind of escape things that are going on right now. It's a great way for us to not, you know, pay attention so much to all this stuff, and a great way for us to escape into these worlds that we can make up and have a lot of fun by making up those things and all that stuff like that. So, guys, I hope you had fun doing it. You can feel free, when you get done with those, have your parents take a photo and stick it in the comments. I'd love to see how your taco cat worked. And taco cat or backwards taco cat, does it spell the same both ways? Interesting. Or, so I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring mine. Or this one. Put those in the comments. I'd love to see what yours ends up looking like. Remember that we are going to be doing some changes. So the rest of this week, we're sticking to 11, but then on Monday, we'll be moving to 2 to 3-ish. You'll see a lot of changes that are gonna start popping up on the Facebook page, so make sure you're checking that out. Guys, just remember, because we're stuck inside does not mean that you can't sprinkle your magic on somebody else's day. Take some of these drawings, finish them, put them out for the mailman. Put them on somebody else's mailbox. Go stick them to the neighbor's door and take off running. There are all kinds of ways that you can sprinkle your magic on somebody else's day, because you are awesome just the way you are. Be the unicorn. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Wednesday. Keep it weird and keep it wacky. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11. See ya.